In the meanwhile, go across to Mr. A. Saravanan of the DMK, who's also joining me on the phone line. Mr. Saravanan, almost, 2 words couldn't have been spoken when M.K. Stalin took to X and, in fact, attacked the authenticity of the NEET examination. Having said that, DMK has been constantly referring to what the Rajan committees also had to say. Should the Supreme Court also be looking into those aspects as far as NEET now being accused of being anti-poor and anti-social justice in nature?
Yeah, see, NEET is a scam. It's a scam which helps the coaching class mafia directly plays into their hands, and that is why we have been opposing that. Now, see, there were suicides earlier in the state of Tamil Nadu, and the BJP mocked us, stating that we were doing politics over the dead children. But that has been happening across the country. In Kota, so many people have committed suicide because they were not able to clear NEET. See, the fundamental question is this: if your +1 and +2 marks does not mean anything at all, then why do we need to have +1 and +2? We can straight away ask students to prepare for NEET and engineering examinations and other examinations. It is mocking at our educational system. That is why we are saying we don't want NEET. If you take 1 lakh students, 99,999 students would have gone to a coaching class to clear that examination. That is why we are saying we don't want NEET. But the BJP, I don't know, the BJP's agenda, the RSS agenda is to deny access to education to the downtrodden people. They want only the cream, only the upper caste Hindus to be benefited by all their schemes. That is why they introduced NEET.
Mr. Saravanan, that is an argument the DMK has been making consistently. It's in fact now coming back in the limelight with these discrepancies having surfaced. Having said that, we cannot really digress away from the controversy at the moment, and the fact of the matter is that the Supreme Court has only allowed a certain number of students to reapply. Do you now think that the Supreme Court should permit all students to reapply for a retest?
See, this is not just about grace marks. Look at the multitude of allegations that has come out. 67 people have got 720, which they say it's a mathematical impossibility. Right. And one from one center, almost 8 students have scored around 720 marks. How can this be allowed to continue?
No, but Mr. Saravanan, what you are saying is scrap NEET altogether. But right now the focus, the crux of the matter is what to do with these students who've been harboring all these hopes.
I'm coming to that. I'm talking about that only. This examination only I'm talking. This 67 centers and 8 from the same center or from this year's examination. So this year's exam should be scrapped, and they should be allowed to continue with their +2 marks. This mafia, this coaching class mafia has to be put an end to. We have seen why there is no investigation. This is such a huge scam. Who is the BJP shielding? Why are they not ordering an investigation into it? If there is an investigation, then it has to come out in the public domain. What has happened? There is absolute silence from the BJP. And the way they stealthily, this NTA is a den of scams. Why on earth should they release these marks on the 4th when the counting was supposed to happen, so that nobody makes any issue out of it? There has to be a comprehensive investigation.
That's exactly the next thing that I was about to come to. The opposition has also, in fact, tried to join dots with the counting day and the fact that the results came out on the 4th of June. Why are you so skeptical about this, the date of June 4th particularly?
See, that's what. See, everybody's focus will be on this polls. That is why they thought probably they wanted to shy away from media exposure, media attention. So if it was on, say, 6th or 7th, the attention would have been multifold. They wanted to avoid that. That's why we are saying it's a scam. And Mr. Prahalad Joshi, who was the erstwhile MP PSC chairman, when famous for this Vyapam scam, is the leader of NTA now, chairman of NTA. The NTA conducted examination. There was a huge scam, and it will be investigated by the NTA head. Is this a joke?
All right, my last question to you, Mr. Saravanan. Do you think it is time for the Supreme Court to also consider the Rajan Committee report?
See, absolutely. I'll tell you why the Supreme Court should consider. Because earlier, the Supreme Court passed orders without having the benefit of having this examination run through, and they wouldn't have known about the pitfalls of NEET examination. We were saying all those things, but the Supreme Court, without hard data and without any concrete evidence, was unwilling to believe that. But right now, after 7 years of NEET being in focus, after 7 years of NEET in vogue, we have understood, we have identified these are the issues, these are the hard data. So now it's not about the Supreme Court. Why should we burden the Supreme Court? It is the BJP government which has to wake up from its slumber and ensure that social justice, everybody gets an even chance to crack MBBS.
Fair enough, fair enough. Why should the Supreme Court be burdened with these issues? What is it that the government is failing at that people have to march to the top court? Many thanks to you, Mr. Saravanan, for joining in. And with that, let's quickly go